Hey, I need one for the list. Demon Souls or Spider-Man 64. Which one do you pick?
バカ野郎。お前に選択肢なんかなかった。
Well, there goes my list idea. Guess I gotta do it myself. And we're back to reality. I'm here with my top 10 games list of all time, and it's probably garbage. I've played quite a few games over the years, but there's still a bunch I missed out on. But I couldn't help but share what I've experienced and what my list has shown me about my gaming interests. I would recommend to try to make a list for yourself too and see what you get out of it. Just for the record, I haven't played some of the greats like Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, Chrono Trigger, Ride to Hell Retribution, and the footage that you might see might not be the version I've played. I will list the version I've experienced. So let's jump right in. Number 10, Castle Crashers for the Xbox 360, developed by the Behemoth. It's a beat-em-up, couch co-op, or should be played that way, where you rescue princesses and stop a dark wizard. I love all the different characters you get to collect, the distinct Newgrounds art style, and the RPG elements incorporated into a side-scrolling beat-em-up. The boss battles are super memorable, and the humor is just off-the-wall funny. If you don't have 4 friends, I mean who does these days, you can have fun by yourself exploring the levels and getting those rad animal orbs. And yeah, I know, I played the worst version for being an early adopter. The Xbox 360 minigame All You Can Quaff is just about all I can quaff, while the PS3 version had a sick volleyball game, which is the kind of Dead or Alive fan service I'm looking for, and I'm not quite sure what the remastered minigame is, but I'd crash a castle to play this right now. Number 9, Smite for the PC, developed by Hi-Rez Studios. Originally I had this higher on my list, but the game isn't the same as when I joined in during the beta. I initially loved the community, and people just seem to focus on the gameplay and having fun. Smite is a multiplayer online battle arena that forces players to skill-shot opponents through the perspective it offers. You can have the best build in the game, but if you can't aim for jack doodly, then you won't get anywhere. But now apparently they just give out beta tester icons in chest, as if being a beta tester doesn't mean anything to anyone anymore. Anyways, I've tried a lot of MOBAs and nothing compares to the swift and tight third-person action that Smite delivers. I've tried Dota 2, Awesomenauts, Guardians of Middle-earth, Heroes of the Storm, Mobile Legends Bang Bang, Vainglory, Infinite Crisis, Gigantic, Paragon, Hyper Universe, and yes, I installed League of Legends and didn't get past the tutorial before uninstalling. I wanted to try Deadbreed, but didn't get into the beta and it shut down super fast. But yeah, Smite was fun while it lasted, but now I can't even play a game without someone spamming VER every time I want to play Bacchus mid. I mean, yeah, he is not supposed to go mid, I get that, but he takes up enough space he ought to let no one down the middle anyways. Smite, more like shite, am I right? Low-key, want to play low-key though and enjoy the game again. Number 8, Mario Kart for the DS, developed by Nintendo EAD Group Number 1, which I'm sure you are aware of. I would assume most people would go to bat for Double Dash or Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but to me Mario Kart DS was my favorite out of the lot. One of the best features was the DS download play, where your friends can hop into a race without owning the game. 8 tracks were available with a range of 2 to 8 players, and you could even do balloon battles or shine runners from a few arenas. The tight controls made fun competitive online matches, and utilizing draft in a race was a unique added bonus that was brought back. Mario Kart DS included some memorable tracks such as Airship Fortress, Peach Gardens, Delfino Square, Not Baby Park, and Yoshi Falls. The emblem feature is mostly forgettable, but hey, if you want to race past your friends with phallic imagery, this one's for you. And what the flippin' Nintendo, this is the only game to include Rob. While the new games are flashing off Mercedes-Benz and whatever, you leave Rob in the garage thinking about his life decisions. Oh, and one of the battle maps was a replica Nintendo DS. DSception. Number 7. Last of Us for the PS3, developed by Naughty Dog. One of the most captivating intro sequences to a game I have ever played, period. I was immediately hooked into the characters in the world, and the unique twist on the zombie apocalypse just added to the atmosphere. The sounds the clickers make is something made of nightmares, and a group of them will surely make you rethink your strategies. And I actually hated the ending at first, until I had time to reflect on the characters' motivations and what their relationships meant. Also, I was just upset the game ended when I craved more. I really do think the middle is very slow, And some of the gunplay with the non-zombie NPCs were not my favorite parts of the game. And how many damn times do I need to find a ladder for Ellie? I swear to God, she needs Dora the Explorer's backpack. Now, the single player alone probably wouldn't have made it to the list if it wasn't for the underrated hidden gem that is the multiplayer. The multiplayer was excellent. It is brutal, challenging, and forces you to work together as a team. The progression was unique and the maps felt focused and detailed. And just like Owl City, you want to choose the Fireflies over the Hunters and build your faction by not losing. Actually, just kidding. When I first started to play this, I chose Hunters because I figured a majority of people would want to choose Fireflies. And I was correct. The initial matches were extremely difficult to play as the Hunters and lacked any good players, but to me that just made it more competitive and fun to win matches. I kid you not, my brother solely bought this game because he saw me play the multiplayer. It really pains me to hear The Last of Us Part 2 not continuing with the multiplayer aspect of the game, as it is one of the highlights for me. If you can, buy the remastered version and play it on the PS4, you can thank me later. Number 6. Lost Planet Extreme Condition Colonies Edition for the Xbox 360, developed by Capcom. For those of you that don't know, Lost Planet is a third-person shooter that is set in a desolate ice wasteland on planet EDN number 3, as Earth is no longer habitable due to war and pollution. An alien species called the Acrid inhabit the planet and utilize their own thermal energy, in which you need to survive the brutal cold. Now, this game is unfairly on this list, and that is because I only played probably a few levels of the forgettable single-player campaign. Well, potentially forgettable, as watching the trailers again, some of the story actually looks pretty damn good. Anyways, I absolutely love the multiplayer in this game, and is the sole reason why this is on the list. I played Colonies Edition as well, which added PC crossplay and more multiplayer modes and weapons. Movement in this game felt great despite your sluggish character. You can utilize your grappling hook and swing to ledges of parts of buildings in seconds, or you can grapple onto a vital suit, or VS, which is basically a mech suit. If an enemy is in control of a VS and you grapple onto it, you can hijack it. You also have a dodge roll, and if you're a good enough player, you can constantly dodge bullets and outplay your opponents just from how good the roll is. Think Dark Souls. Due to the cold climate, you constantly need thermal energy to fire your weapons, and certain weapons require a specific amount of thermal energy, making strategizing when you use certain equipment very vital to the outcome of a match. Now in the single player, if you reach 0 thermal energy, you die, which I hate. So many game modes to choose from: Elimination, Team Elimination, Fugitive, Post Grab, Counter Grab, VS Annihilator, Acrid Egg Battle, Egg Bandit, and one of my favorites, Acrid Hunter. This is where one player is a giant Acrid fighting against a team of humans. Acrids are pretty overpowered, but a good team of humans can also kill an Acrid. And there was a few variety of Acrids too, so you never played with the same alien. So many fun weapons to choose from, and some of my favorites including grenades. One grenade called a disc grenade you throw like a frisbee and it sticks to a player. Apparently Colony Editions also included a first person mode, which I didn't even know about. And to finish this game off is a mystery that me and my brother encountered while playing. Typically in a multiplayer lobby, when you're waiting for people to join in a match, you can see the flag of their country next to your username and what level they are. Well, there was one country where players had usernames called the 99 Kings, like Cool Guy 99 Kings or something like that, and their own unique flag as well as being max level, 99. As far as I knew, there was no way to customize your icon, and each one of these players was extremely difficult to play against. I couldn't find out much information online except one forum post claiming that they were a group of hackers, which would make sense. But I remember outplaying some of these guys on multiple occasions and always got excited seeing one show up in a lobby. It was like an extra challenge for me. If you want to be a badass snow pirate, this game is for you. Number 5, TimeSplitters 2 for the PS2, developed by Free Radical Design. TimeSplitters 2 is a first-person action shooter where you have to stop an alien race called the TimeSplitters from using time crystals to change the course of history and ultimately destroy humanity. I would describe this game as an arcade shooter similar to GoldenEye 007 with how you move and aim. The plot is interesting as you go through different time periods and bring in a variety of weapons from that period, such as the second level Chicago where you can use a Tommy gun. The full campaign can be played co-op and there are multiple objectives to fulfill in each level. The campaign is worth playing for the story, cutscenes, the over-the-top humor and dialogue from some of the characters you encounter. The map maker can make complex arcade mode maps better than Halo's Forge, and you can throw in story objectives if you like. You can do 4-player split-screen multiplayer or even up to 16 players through a LAN network. Here's where the game shines, with over 125 characters to choose from and a ton of variety in matchmaking or even playing against bots, 39 weapons to choose from ranging from a crossbow to a SBP-90 machine gun. You'll have a blast cycling through weapons. I even made a multiplayer map that only had zombie AI with a select gun list and dark narrow hallways. Made a fun map to play with friends. Now I love all games in this franchise and you may even argue TimeSplitters Feature Perfect is the superior game. However, the slower pace and removing some of the arcade-like features made the first-person action feel a little different to me. There's no wrong answer with trying out any of these games in the franchise, which is why this one is higher up on the list and the story isn't anything like I've played in years. Time to split. Number 4, Call of Duty World at War for the Xbox 360/PS3, developed by Treyarch. I think everyone has a favorite Call of Duty out of the monstrosity of the franchise. Some games better than others, of course. Actually, in the PlayStation 2 era of gaming, I thought Medal of Honor was the top dog of these types of games. Somewhere along the way though, Call of Duty changed the gaming landscape and became a force to reckon with. The campaign shows the brutality of World War II, without some of the over-the-top action sequences I've seen in the newer entry of the Call of Duty franchise like Call of Duty World War II. The missions made you feel a part of history with the variation of sides you play as, and overall felt pretty grounded. Yet again for me though, the multiplayer is where the game excels at. The map design was outstanding and made the combat flow smoothly, some of my favorite maps being Dome, Castle, Nightfire, and Station. I liked the majority of the guns the game offered, and overall it felt pretty balanced. The game was grittier than Modern Warfare, and explosions could make you lose limbs, which made the game feel very realistic. To me, it really deserved the M title with this game, just like the South. It's got grit. And I prefer the simplicity of only 3 kill streaks, where it makes the game focus more on the gunplay instead of trying to reach a nuke, or AC-130, so on and so forth. Hardcore mode really did feel hardcore. I'm not sure if it was the dark atmosphere or the gun design fit better with the mode compared to other entries. And finally, the start of it all, this is the first game to introduce Nazi zombies, which has become a staple for me in the Call of Duty franchise and is why I continue to buy some of the future installments. The zombie maps nowadays feel too complex, too focused on Easter eggs, where the originals were just simple with a feeling of longevity. The first map especially really brought out the horror feel, which future installments have kinda gone away from. Number 3. Super Smash Bros. Melee for the GameCube, developed by HAL Laboratory. I had to include a Super Smash Bros. Version on this list, and out of all of them, Melee is hard to top. The fast pacing in this game, the competitive nature to it makes this one stand the test of time. Unlocking characters was always a joy to me, and the amount of detail that went into this game was mind-blowing at the time, such as with how many trophies you can collect. When I had friends over or I went to a friend's house, this was the go-to game. I took pride in being one of the best players at summer camp growing up. Can't even explain how many hours this franchise as a whole I've put in, as I've owned every entry except the 64 version. The competitive scene with this game is absolutely amazing, and I highly recommend checking out some of the documentary style videos that Last Stock Legends posts. How this game has evolved through countless hours of exploring and exploiting unintended mechanics in the game has pushed this game into a timeless masterpiece. What other game today do you still see being played on a CRTV with thousands of viewers? Super Smash Bros. Has changed the fighting game landscape with its easy-to-learn, hard-to-master concept. It's a party fighter at its core, but a top-tier competitive esport at its best. I simply cannot think of another game that suits the GameCube controller better than this game. Wii Remote, get out of here. Wii U Pad, what are you even attempting to do? Switch Pro Controller? It's close. If you play this game with a fight stick, I respect that. Ready? Go! Number 2, Star Wars Battlefront 2 for the PlayStation 2, developed by Pandemic Studios. This is the true Battlefront right here. This is the holy grail of Star Wars third-person shooters. No loot crates, no microtransactions, good old-fashioned gameplay, and lightsabers. It has a lengthy campaign split into 2 chapters, Fall of the Old Republic and Rise of the Empire. Galactic Conquest is a unique mode about starting as any faction trying to conquer all the planets. And the highlight, once again, is the local or online multiplayer modes. I usually just did instant action and did couch co-op and booted up some maps and have a lark. You can just play Capture the Flag seriously or Capture Command Post, but the joy is RPing or just dicking around. It's the gunplay, it's the atmosphere that feels spot on, and the variety of units you can choose from. It's how you choose to play each game is what makes it so replayable. Sometimes I just want to have a full-on Jedi vs Sith battle through Jedi Assault, or I want to help the Wookiees win back Kashyyyk, or feel like Luke bringing down the Empire at Hoth. Or just do space battles and mess around on enemy ships, blowing stuff up from the inside out. I've actually made up my own dialogue on maps of what was going on and made dumb videos back in the day, like the life of a stormtrooper or something like that. I don't know. But my point is the game just feels good to play. It has a massive replayability factor and makes you truly feel a part of the Star Wars universe. And I'm not even the biggest Star Wars fan. Also the glitches. There are so many and so many more to discover that it actually adds to the game in my opinion. Forget modding on PC like everyone is doing. Find your own glitches and just have fun. Number 1, RuneScape 2 for the PC, developed by Jagex. So disclaimer, I'm going to be showing and talking about RuneScape 2 and old school RuneScape interchangeably. I really mean RuneScape 2, but OSRS in some ways is a spiritual successor to it and is still pretty much the same game. If you don't have chills down your spine at the login screen of RuneScape, frantically trying to turn down your volume because you always forget how loud the music is, I simply just feel bad for you. RuneScape is an MMORPG originally designed to be played in a browser, which is still impressive to me looking back, and it is my first MMO I've ever played. Funny side note, I actually originally thought the game was called RuneScape, where my friend was trying to explain the game's concept to me. I guess you could call RuneScape Habbo Hotel. To me, this game is still the king of MMORPGs with its open world design, do whatever you want vibe. Its unique skill system is just something other games don't offer. Tired of killing NPCs? Go mine some more. Tired of that? Go level your Herblore skill, make some potions. There are over 20 skills to get to level 99, and when achieving that end goal, you can wear a fancy ass skill cape to gloat to everyone. And getting a skill to 99 isn't easy, it really does feel like an accomplishment. The quests in this game truly feel like quests. They challenge your understanding of the game world and provide interesting dialogue and world building along the way. It's so much more than go here and kill 10 of those things like other MMO quests do. I think one of the most famous quests, Dragon Slayer, where you have to enter the Champions Guild, which requires a certain amount of quest points to begin with, and set off to bring back the head of Elvarg the Dragon. To do this, you need to, first, get the anti-dragon shield from a duke. Collect 3 map pieces, get the location of where the dragon is, which for the map requires you to go through an evil wizard's maze consisting of multiple levels of enemies, talk to an oracle, and build an item to open a magic door that leads to a chest, and then go to a jail to get the last piece from a goblin in which you can either kill him or pay him for that. That's just for the maps. Then, you have to buy a boat, fix it up with materials, find a captain for your ship, and sail to the island. While sailing to the island, your ship takes damage and crashes. At this point, you're actually stranded on the island. You cannot just take the ship back. Go up the volcano, avoiding things like moss giants, and finally fight the big bad dragon Elvarg, which can be a challenging fight, especially for your first time. Then, escape Cranador and bring back the head of Elvarg, and you finally finish the quest. All that to wear a rune plate body, just one equipment item in the game. Now that is just one quest in RuneScape. One quest. It is the way quests should be done in a game, and I'm sick and tired of all these other MMOs where they're dumb fetch quests and lifeless dialogue. Nothing that adds to the world. The characters in the game, nothing. RuneScape has truly taught me the meaning of an in-game economy. People in Venezuela literally play this game and farm gold because it's more profitable to sell the gold in RuneScape than to make money in their real life economy. The atmosphere of the world, the bad but charming graphics, the adventurous music all adds to the game and pulls you in. The game has PvP, but also has PKing, in which you can kill other people in a dangerous and spooky zone called the Wilderness. RuneScape has a ton of minigames. You can build your own house and throw house parties. You can fashionscape the hell out of your character even with the worst graphical settings and the worst computer. Because you can play this game on practically anything. Like I'm playing this on my TI-84 calculator right now, and it's flippin' amazing. I guess at the end of the day, I can't describe why it captivates me so much. Maybe because this game is constantly evolving and people are finding new ways to play. Like Iron Man restricted playthroughs, or challenging yourself to beat tough bosses at the lowest combat level. Or maybe I just have too much nostalgia for something that meant so much to me growing up. I created so many friends just by playing this game and had so many fun conversations. It's a game I come back to time and time again and always find joy even in the smallest details. And yeah, I've actually never reached level 99 in any skill, so that says something to the game itself. But maybe one day. Hey guys, Reality here. Thanks for sticking around for the extra content. If you like this video, check out my good friend Jacob at instagram.com/iconart. He makes cool shit by burning wax on a cardboard. So if you're interested in this kind of thing, slide into those DMs and he might do some commission work. Also, you can check him out on twitch.tv/Burnsteel. He's one of my favorite streamers, but he only streams once in a blue moon. And if he does, he's probably drunk, which makes it even better. And check out the official TimeSplitters Rewind page on YouTube. This is the official remake of TimeSplitters, which I showcase some of the footage in my video. I've been waiting on this game for years, so go check out and give the small team of developers some love. And finally, if you're interested in the Melee content, check out Last Talk Legends and get up to date on history surrounding the game. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.